Hi guys, and welcome to the ultimate fall vlog spent at home indoors because it's time to get cozy. It's the best season of the year, so let's just hop right in because this is going to be a fun one. So at the moment at least, it's that time of the month wherein Halloween just got over. It was last week and it's November right now. Christmas month, Christmas season is December. It comes in a month's time and it's that weird in between wherein I'm not really sure if I want to get into my fall festivities or in the holiday vibe, but I still want to keep Christmas season to December itself because if I start celebrating now, by the time December 25th rolls around, I'm not going to be in the mood anymore, which is why I'm keeping that for that. And instead I decided we could spend today's vlog kind of getting back into the fall mood, kind of having a fun, cozy, chill day spent indoors together because I feel like there's nothing better than that. It's been raining in random spurts over the past couple days and today is the first one where we have just bright sunshine and it's so fun, it's so nice, so I wanted to sit and enjoy that with y'all. I have a couple activities planned, but before anything, I was so sick of being cooped up in the house all this time or whatever, so I figured we could go on a little drive together, kind of enjoy the nice weather before anything, because even though I said it was indoors, I'm really in the mood for that because listen, the sun is shining right now, we need to go enjoy that. So that's what I'm gonna go do right now. Gonna change out of my PJs, we'll be back in them once I continue with the vlog or whatever once we get back, but for now, let's just go on that drive and I'll see you guys in a little bit once I'm back home. Maybe after that we can pick up like a cool fall book, kind of get some work done together and just a cozy up. But until then, let's go do this. See you guys in a bit. Bye. Okay guys, so I'm back home, I'm back in my room, I'm back in my PJs, ready to get all comfy because I had the best time ever, but now I want to lock in and just stick to the activities I already planned for this vlog. So I have a few things I want to do compulsorily in this video because they scream fall to me, but before I do any of that, I have a couple time sensitive deadlines to hit for college and so I need to go run those errands. While I'm doing so though, I figured I could pick up like a fun fall themed audiobook or something like that to listen to in the background, and so right now I'm thinking at least while I'm gonna go do those little things or whatever, it'll literally just take me half an hour, but as I'm doing it, I'll go pick up something from my TBR, have it on in the background, and we can come speak about that book too in a little bit. But that's the update on what I'm doing right now. See you guys in a bit once I have all my work out of the way and then I can actually lock in and have a fun time with y'all because that's the only thing I've been looking forward to for the past few weeks now. And there's nothing like a good chill vlog. I love watching them, I love recording them, so now that we're finally doing one, it's gonna be such a fun day ahead. And that's it. See you guys in a bit. Bye. Okay guys, it's a little bit later. I finished my audiobook out. I've got all my work out of the way, which means we can lock in tonight and basically have a chill, cozy, comfy night in. So here I am for the next update. Wait, should I turn on my fairy lights? Give me a second, I'm turning on the lights and I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm back, lights are on. While I was at it, I figured I might as well just try to look a little more presentable as well, which is why my hair is down. But I came in basically to update you to say I just finished all my workouts, so I can literally just log in and do whatever I want with y'all right now. And I also managed to finish listening to my audiobook out, so I figured I'd come in and update because my goal all along was to read some sort of fall book with y'all, watch a fall movie, and this is already checked off like number 1 on the list. So to basically sum everything up, I managed to continue and finish off listening to this book called Nash Falls. It's not out at the moment. I don't know if it'll be out at the time of me releasing this video, but I do believe it gets published on November 11th in case anyone has been looking out for it or whatever. It was sent as an ARC to me, so thank you so much to Hachette Audio for it. And basically I was listening on 3x speed on the NetGalley app because that's the highest speed they offer you, and as I was listening I got all my work out of the way. So essentially this book, for like a quick premise, it follows Walter Nash. He's nearly at the top of his like company. He's like got the number 2 spot or whatever, and he's like great at math and numbers, and he's living a great life because he's got a family. So he's got like a wife and daughter, he's got a great house, he's earning a lot of money, and he's really good at his job. And everyone in the company is, honestly, they don't really like him very much, but they love the work he's doing, so they're happy with him or whatever, and there's nothing wrong with that. But here we are. He's basically like the nerdiest guy you can imagine, except one day after the funeral of his estranged father, so his estranged father, he dies or whatever, he was like a veteran in the Vietnam War. The FBI kind of get in touch with Walter, and so Walter kind of assumes it's to do with his father's matters and stuff from back in the day, back when he was fighting in war. But as it turns out, it's more to do with the company Walter works at, because as it turns out, the company has been helping kind of launder money and funds with this woman called Victoria Steers, and she's like a criminal mastermind. They've been behind her for so many years now, they just cannot catch her, and they kind of want Walter's help to pin her down. The reason the FBI are involved in it is because she pretends to be Japanese, but she's really Chinese, and it's like a national state matter or something like that. So all of America could topple essentially if this woman gets her way. Basically picture Mastermind by Taylor Swift. And so he's kind of recruited to help take her down, except as it turns out, she figures out that he's recruited because, like I said, Mastermind 10 steps ahead. So she actually turns the tables, and suddenly he loses all that happy good life he had. Everything that was near and dear to him, gone in the blink of an eye. So suddenly now this like incredibly smart nerdy man has to turn tables again and become someone who he never thought he would be in the first place, the complete opposite, because that's the only way he can kind of recover and resalvage what he had, but also get Victoria to justice. And in the midst of everything else, he's ready to literally give up everything because he's already lost what matters. And so that's the most dangerous sort of man, one who doesn't really have anything to lose, and that's what Walter becomes. Essentially it's kind of like a back and forth between like a criminal sort of dealing enterprise and this one man who you're trying to see how he takes it down. And if you all remember last year when I read the book What Happened to the Bennetts, the second half of it, which I really enjoyed because of the whole adrenaline rushing kind of feeling, only because of the feeling, not because of the storyline or whatever, these books kind of remind me of each other. And this one specifically, I felt like my heart was in my throat the entire time I was reading, because it's such a gut punch. There's so many things that happen, plot twists coming out of nowhere. You're trying to figure out what the hell's going down. You're rooting for all the good guys. Obviously, you're rooting for Walter, trying to see what's going to come next. But also, you still get so shook with what's going on. And truly, I don't think I've ever read like a crime book as good as this one. So I had the best time. I'm going to give it like 4.5 stars. And the narration was so good because you had multiple narrators doing different parts or whatever. And it was so fun to listen to, go along with, because it felt like, honestly, like I was listening to some sort of like podcast documentary or something, and I was having a great time. They also did put 2 chapters of the sequel book. I'm so mad I didn't realize it had like a sequel or some whatever, because like now until the second book is released, I have to wait on the edge of my seat with the kind of shit that's going on at the very end of the book, because it ends on the worst cliffhanger ever. So if you are reading it, I would suggest you to kind of put it off until the second book is at least being close to be published or whatever, because I looked it up and it comes out next year. I kind of want to cry because I don't know how I'm supposed to live every day knowing the ending of this book and not knowing what happens next. But the audiobook did have the first 2 chapters of the next book, and I should have stopped. I wish I did. I should have had some sort of self-control, but I didn't. So I continued listening. I listened to those 2 chapters as well, and now I feel even worse because the way that second chapter ended off, I want to see where it goes so bad, but I can't. So here we are. I had the best time ever reading it, and it felt like the perfect fall book, because if you have ever dreamt of being in like a small town with some sort of like murder mystery investigation going on and you trying to figure the clues out, this isn't exactly like that, but it gives those vibes when you're still trying to be a detective and understand how the puzzle pieces fit in together, and it was a great vibe. So I feel like the perfect book was unlocked for this video. Now I figured we could do a bunch of other activities as well. I did want to stuff in like a day of book shopping in today, but then I figured it would be a lot for the evening because I did have the other things I needed to be doing to get done. So I got all of that done, but I feel like it's too late to go out right now, which is why I'm actually gonna give you my haul from a couple of weeks ago when I went. So I'm gonna cut this now and take you on my bookstore journey, because I recorded it, I never showed it, and here we are. Flashback to 2 weeks ago when I went to the bookstore, specifically for the purpose because I knew it was gonna get late today. And basically that was me book shopping. I did end up picking up a couple books. These are like the few books I've picked up over the span of the last few months or whatever, and I just never spoke about in any video, I think. So I'm here to update you about what I've ended up buying over the last couple of months. And that trip, essentially, I also ended up getting things from my cousin, but then sent it off to her. She doesn't live in the same town as me, which is why I can't really show you all of that. But to show you the books I ended up getting for myself, again over the past few months, because I feel like if we can't do a bookstore trip because it's too late, we can catch up on previous bookstore trips and hauls, which is also fun. Firstly, I ended up getting Part of Your Word by Abby Jimenez. I gave this book 5 stars a few months ago. I feel like this was like my last 5-star recently, apart from the one I just had a couple days ago, and honestly it deserves every star I gave it because it's so good. It's like a sweet little small town romance, but at the same time she's a city girl, he's a country boy, and they can't shift lives for each other, but at the same time it's like true love. And if you read this book, it is perfect. It's got romance, it's got humor, and I loved every second. Can't wait to go back and reread. I'm thinking maybe again towards Valentine's or something like that I will pick it up, because I feel like this is just the perfect vibe if you want something swoony but also with lots of emotions and drama on Valentine's. And listen, this is one of my favorite books ever. I think about it nearly daily, so I needed a physical copy, saw it, and I got it. Then on the complete other end of the spectrum, I ended up picking up The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year. This I read last year during like Christmas time or whatever, and it is a Christmas wintry book, but if you're someone who doesn't want something that's overtly Christmas, throwing it in your face, this is like the kind where it's subdued. It is winter time and it is Christmas, but that's like not the main plot, it's in the background. This is more like a murder mystery sort of situation. You know how when Agatha Christie went missing back in her day or whatever, and then they were trying to figure out where she ended up and she had no recollection whatsoever? This is supposed to be like that, but except it follows a different very famous author, fictional, and you're trying to figure out where she went and all the clues leading up to her, and these two, they're falling for each other at the same time, but they're like crime writers on the opposite ends of the spectrum or whatever. They're supposed to hate each other, so it's kind of sweet, it's swoony, it's definitely great with holiday vibes or whatever, and it's really short, so you can like binge it in maybe a day if you have the time. And it's also really funny and heartwarming, so it feels like a cup of cocoa if you want it on a winter's day, which is why I had to get a copy. I am gonna reread now in a month's time when Christmas rolls around, so I'm so excited, and I got it in prep for that. And yeah, looking at it now, I can't wait to get back into it again. Lastly, I got the new Emily Henry book. Again, it's the big paperback. I wish the smaller one was available, but it wasn't, so I don't really care. Needed a copy, so I figured I'd snag one for myself, because for the past few months, it's just been out of stock, and then now finally I got this online, but it came online, so I got it, and here we are. I don't really know much of the plot. I just know it's supposed to be inspired by like one of Taylor Swift's songs, and it gives you like old money sort of vibe. And listen, it's Emily Henry. I don't really care anyway because she's like my top author, which is why I can't wait to get to this at some point. And you will see a recurring theme with the books wherein they're already books I've read and loved. But this one specifically, I am going in blind, and I don't even care because it's Emily Henry. I don't care even if this adds on to my TBR because it's already worth it because it's got the author's name on it. So here we are. Can't wait to get to this at some point. I'll be making a vlog on it and then we can catch up on my thoughts. But yeah, I'm so excited that I have a physical copy, and I just needed to mention because I don't think I have in another video. But yeah, this year I've really cut back on the book buying because I feel like the more books I buy, it's adding to my TBR, and I'm not really good at getting back to reading physical books. I mostly just read on my Kindle, so it's not a big deal, but at the same time I do want to add to my TBR. At this point I'm only purchasing books I have loved and enjoyed and given like 5 stars or need a physical copy of on my shelves. So I think it's great for me, my wallet, and my shelf, which is why here we are. This was my little mini haul to give you, and now back to reading on my Kindle, my good old trusty bestie, because like there's nothing better than curling up with this, not having to worry about the weight of an actual physical book, and just relax and like unwind with it. Also, to catch you up, because I don't think I've mentioned it, but I got like a new cover for this. My aunt actually bought it for me from the US, and I'm obsessed. Little cherries with bows, like you cannot beat this. But yeah, this is also another thing I hauled, something bookish that I could mention, but that's it for the bookish stuff. Now I would actually like to go ahead and bake something, but at the same time my mom isn't at home right now and I'm not a good cook. So if I do go in the kitchen, I don't really mind, but I'm kind of scared I'm gonna blow something up or set something on fire, and I do want to go in without her, which is why either I'll wait until she gets back, or if it gets too late, I think I'll just put it off. Because even recently my sister saw this one thing online. It was like a cool like 5-minute recipe or something like that, and she tried it and she made like a bunch of sweet cake, and we've just been eating that over the past couple of days, and it's great. But I feel like also I definitely could cut back on the sweet treats at the moment, so I'm a little conflicted as to whether I want to bake something right now or I just want to put it off, because I have been having a lot of sweet the past couple of days, which is why here we are. I'm going to cut this clip so you can actually see what she baked. And doesn't that look freaking gorgeous? Right after that, I also ended up making like my own fudge by myself, and I think it turned out fine. But also you don't really need electricity for it, you don't really need the stove or anything, which is why it turned out fine, because there's literally no way possible I can set it on fire, which is why inserting the clip right now. But yeah, this is where I'm at right now. I'm at a crossroads wherein I don't know what I want to do. I kind of want to read. That's the thing. See, it's like evening time. It's nice and cozy and I just want to curl up and read. So maybe I'll do that. Who knows? But yeah, I have my Kindle. I'll go see what I'm in the middle of right now. Pick something up and update y'all again with another book, because this is a bookish channel. What did you really expect? I'm gonna have to come in and rant about another book and we'll see what I get to, but those are my plans for right now. As I was listening, I did obviously manage to also get done with a couple other things. One of them including finally finishing out this parrot embroidery, and I'm so proud of the way it turned out. So another thing to show you. But yeah, now I think I'm just gonna go take a break from everything and pick up my book on Kindle and read and curl up, and that's what I'm doing. So see y'all in a bit once I'm done with my next book, because I have a good feeling that I will probably finish another one tonight. That's the kind of reading mood I'm in. And over the past couple months, because of how bad my slump has been and how I genuinely have had no urge to pick up books whatsoever, this makes me so happy that I'm in the mood to do it, which is why I'm gonna bite. I'm just gonna do that, and then maybe afterward we can switch something up and do something else. But those are my plans for right now. I'm just gonna go read some and I'll catch up with you all in a little bit once I have my next book done. Bye. Okay guys, so it's a lot later now. I have gone ahead and finished the next book. I also went ahead and had dinner, so lots of progress updates to give you. But basically, got onto my Kindle, saw the books I had downloaded or whatever, and one of them was actually a Freida McFadden that I started last week, because last week the video that I was recording required me to only be listening to audiobooks the whole week, and every day at night before bed I generally like reading a little bit on Kindle before I fall asleep, and so I downloaded that only to read at night or whatever, except it's not going to be part of any other video anyway, so I figured might as well just read it and finish it out for this one. I didn't have a lot left, but I feel like even if I did, whenever I read this woman's books, speed through them completely, finish them and have the best time ever. In my opinion, her books are such like popcorn thrillers wherein it's just like a fun, entertaining time, even if it's hit or miss, even if you enjoy it or you don't. I feel like the journey is more that counts over here, despite the end or whatever. And so here we are. This was like a mid one. It wasn't like great or whatever, but honestly, I've been on such a Freida kick this year. I think I was last year as well. She was the only author I read like the most books of. At this point, I still think that applies here as well. But this one specifically, I was in the mood to pick it up because recently I've been reading a lot of her books and I feel like it's perfect for the fall weather because they're like fun whodunit sort of mystery thriller books to kind of go along with as the leaves are turning crisp outside. This one specifically is called Do Not Disturb, and you basically follow Quinn. On the outside, she has like the perfect life. So she has a great job, she has a family, she's got like a big beautiful house, she's got enough money that pays the bills, she's got a great handsome husband, except as it turns out, he's abusing her behind closed doors, and one day she's had enough. He comes, he's about to kill her or whatever, and so she ends up killing him in self-defense. Again, there's nothing wrong with that, but the thing is, she's scared now that she'll be put away in prison for the rest of her life, and she just feels the injustice of it because she already has spent whatever little bit of her life that she had in the hands of this man, getting abused by him, having the worst time ever. And so now she decides, let's just make a getaway trip for it. And so she's gonna go book it to Canada, and as soon as she crosses the border, she should be fine. Except she packs her stuff up, she's running away from the house, body is left lying in the kitchen or whatever. She's not contacted anyone, she's not going to tell anyone, she's just going to leave. And by the time his body is discovered, she should be long gone. Except something happens, there's like a snowstorm, so the roads get completely blocked out and she just doesn't know what to do, because at that point she's already started driving away. She's on the highway and it's just getting worse and worse, especially for visibility, because it's like snowing, she can't see 2 feet beyond the car, not really safe, and it's getting darker. So she figures might as well spend the night off the road or whatever and get back on the next morning. And as her luck would have it, right across the road she finds this like rundown motel almost. It's called the Baxter Motel, and it seems okay. It just seems like a little worse for wear, kind of decrepit, but it's fine enough to spend the night. And listen, she doesn't want to get caught by the cops, so she figures this is alright. She'll just crash for the night. As soon as the snowplows arrive in the morning, she should be ready to get up and go. And as it turns out, the guy who owns the motel, Nick, he's more than happy to offer her like one room cheap for the night or whatever, stay there and then leave, run away the next morning. Except as it turns out, she gets the room and then these weird things start happening and she starts worrying if it kind of ties back into Nick's wife, who is this like invalid, and she's always just sitting in the window of their house, which is across from the motel or whatever, staring in through the window and looking at Quinn. And so Quinn is kind of freaked out. She doesn't know what's going on, but as it turns out, the motel itself has like a really dark past in history, and someone else has died there before, has been murdered there before, and you just don't know who might be involved in what and whatnot. And now you're just hoping she'll survive the night and get through with it so she can run away the next day. And basically it's an interesting storyline, it's an interesting premise. It starts off really great and strong. I like the whole process. It's got small chapters, hook you on easy. All of them end in some sort of cliffhanger, so you want to see where it goes next. It flips between a few different perspectives, so you still have to guess what happens next. But I feel like at some point in the book, maybe I'd say like less than the 50% mark, I just told myself the most outrageous thing that could happen in this book is this and this, and that is exactly what just happened. So there's nothing wrong with that, but I just guessed it, and I feel so smart now because I'm catching on to Freida's tricks. I feel like her books are always some sort of crazy plot twist and some really stupid female main character, and I feel like that's just like copy paste the recipe for all of them, but they still somehow work. And this time maybe I've learned a little too much of her backlist at this point because I caught on, and there's nothing wrong with that because I had a great time reading regardless. I was flipping the pages trying to see what happens next, anxiety literally spiking at some bits, but it was great regardless. I had a fun time reading, and I'm gonna say it was 3 stars. Nothing too great because I guessed it, but if I wouldn't have guessed it, that would have been honestly the most iconic way to kind of see what events take place, figure out who was behind everything, and for the conclusion to come to a close. It also ends on like this like open-ending situation, and that was really interesting to me as well, and I had a good time with it. So here we are. Now again we're at a crossroads because I'm not really sure what I want to do, but now I don't really feel like reading anymore. I'm in more like a crafty mood, so don't worry, the movie will come soon because I do want to watch a fall movie. It's just I was thinking maybe later before bed or whatever, I'll curl up with my laptop and snacks and get comfortable and watch a movie then. Until then, for right now, because it's way too early to go to bed, I feel like I personally sometimes stay up till 4 in the morning, and right now it's hardly getting to 9, so I've got a long way to go. But until then, I feel like crafting. So I have a few options laid out before me. I'll see what I'm in the mood for, but before anything, do not worry, I will not be bored or whatever, because just because I have no audiobook left to listen to right now doesn't mean I can't do other things. I'm thinking since my Alexa is connected and ready to go, I might just listen to Reputation in the background as I do some of these or whatever. So right now the options are, I could continue my reading journal and catch up on it, because end moment during Bookmas I don't want to rush things and then fast forward through all of that, because it's a fun time, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely something I could do right now. Next up, I could continue the embroidery work I have. This is the next one for fashion class. It's like part of homework and stuff, and might as well just get all my assignments done with before submission, because again, once the deadline comes around, it's gonna be much more hectic and I don't want to keep things off till the last minute. Or recently I saw this one video online that actually shows you how you can make canvases at home, and because I don't have any canvases left at home, figured I'd try it. Surprisingly, it worked. I went back to check on it just now and it's fully dry. It looks perfect to me. So I'm thinking I could sit down and paint this, and I have those mirror pieces left from earlier in the year when I was crafting with them in a different video, so I could definitely do some sort of mirror art and stuff, and that's something also to consider. Or lastly, I could go ahead and paint my nails, because I have all of these colors and they're beautiful, but they would make a cool combo together that again I saw online and I'd like to try out. So right now I might go do one of these or whatever. I'm leaning towards the nails, but it really depends what I will do, because I'm in the mood for something low effort but something that's fun as well. And so I'll see what I end up picking up, but I'll update in a little bit with whatever I ended up doing, and then finally we can curl in after I'm done with whatever I do, and then we can watch the movie and call it a day, because this was honestly my perfect ideal ultimate fall day, and so perfect way to kind of bring it to a close. I'll go decide what crafty item I want to do right now and see you guys in a bit. But that's it for the yapathon. Hopefully you aren't really bored of me yet. Bye. Hi guys, so it's now 2 weeks later. I did go ahead and finish the vlog out. The day has been over. It's been a couple weeks since, but I never came in for an outro. So it's that time of the video wherein I sit down, we can kind of debrief what I did afterward, and then we can end the vlog because I do need to be posting this tonight. But basically, the last time I came in and spoke to you, I was kind of unsure on what I wanted to do. I ended up sitting down and just planning out my videos for the month or whatever. Still haven't gone out and planned out Bookmas. I'm definitely doing it this year, don't get me wrong, but I have to still go plan out a schedule for that, and everything's happening. It's a work in progress because this week specifically is also exam week, and while last week was as well, this one's more hectic because I have 4 papers in 1 week. So I was studying right now for my paper day after tomorrow, and then I remembered that I needed to do this, which is why here I am. But as soon as all of this is done, I'll get back to Bookmas planning, and that's definitely happening. But until then, all I did basically that day was finish video planning. After that, I sat down and did my nails. Keep in mind, it's been 2 weeks since I did them, and also keep in mind, every week I make it a point to do at least 2 everything showers. So I shower every day, but I need to do 2 everything showers, so like literally everything, at least twice a week. And thanks to that, because it's been 2 weeks since I painted my nails, I've done 4 everything showers since, and my nails obviously could not withstand that because they look like absolute shit right now. I should have come and updated once I'd finished then, but then they were like wet or whatever, and I didn't want to mess them up. But basically, I really like the color that turned out. I ended up doing like a clear base coat, and then on top of that, I did the brown that I had, mocha, and then cherry, and it's giving like the perfect traditional holiday kind of polish, but also you can wear it on like a basic occasion, like a neutral kind of, just like a basic shade that goes with everything. And so I really like it. I'm loving the way it's turned out, despite the fact that it's like literally looking like shit right now. And this is definitely something you'll see me wearing again, especially during Christmas week. I have great plans for that. But until then, for right now, I swear this would have been the day that I'd go back and, you know, take these off and fix them and do another color because they look like shit right now. So saving this to show them to you before I go change it. But because again, it's exam week, I don't have the time to do it this week. At least I'll do it next week. I'm thinking, because they look shitty at the bottom and the top, I'm just gonna cut my nails, my natural nails, so it looks like not chipped, and then the bottom stuff we'll just pretend it's grown out. But basically, that's the nail polish update. This is one of the things I ended up doing since the last time I came in and spoke. After that, my mom got home, so I was just literally just hanging out with her, whatever, did really nothing. And then it started getting late, so I came into bed, curled up, watched my little fall-esque movie. It was called A Haunting in Venice. Had the best time ever because the vibes. If you want something that you watch curled up under a blanket like I was doing in the dead of night, and you want to be spooked out enough but also not creeped out to the point where you are terrified to sleep, I think this was the perfect one because it's got like the perfect blend of mystery and like the atmospheric gothic vibes, and I feel like it was just perfect to me. If you've read, I think it's called Halloween Party by Agatha Christie, this is very much inspired and almost adapted from that, except it's different because a couple things in the storyline are changed up. But because I've read that book, I read it at, I think back in like 2023 at this point, it's been a couple years. I remembered the story like very briefly or whatever, not exactly details, but I did know where it was gonna go. And this one, I think the adaptation of it, the twist it took, the plotline, it was fun to watch along because basically it takes place, the movie specifically, this one, on a Halloween. There's stuff going wrong in this like haunted house mansion kind of place because the mom who lives there, her daughter, she had like passed away because she used to hear like children's voices in her head, except when Hercule Poirot goes there, the detective of them all, because they're actually conducting a ceremony to bring back the daughter's like spirit or whatever and ask her if she was okay when she was dying. Hercule says that it was actually not a natural death or whatnot. It wasn't something with the children's voices and stuff that she heard in her head. She wasn't like hallucinating. It's because someone murdered her, and so you actually go through like a bunch of suspects and stuff to actually figure out who did this, because there's so many people. There was a fiance who broke up with her right before she started going mad, and he went off with like another richer woman. There's like the town doctor who is also a little crazy. There's like the main ritual lady, but then she ends up dead too, so he needs to like trap everyone in the house so that no one comes and runs out or whatever, because if they do, he can't really find out who the murder suspect is. There's a couple of servants who are immigrants, but then they can't really be trusted because they're holding their own secrets. And so there's a bunch of things going on. Basically, you know, you're trying to figure out who is a friend, who's a foe. There's also things happening with the friends as well. So there's like a policeman, and there's his personal bodyguard, and then there's his like writer friend, and there's no one you can trust. And it's so interesting because the way it's built up, there's all these like high stakes moments, and you're trying not to freak the shit out because there was so many jump scares. And then when they hit you, I don't know, there was something about it. I had such a good time. And then the mystery at the very end, I barely guessed it because it does remind me of the book, don't get me wrong, but also it's different from the book and I still guessed like bits of it, so I'm happy I did because the lead up to it was so fun. The clues going along with it, I felt like such a detective and I was truly spooked out considering the fact that I was watching at night as well. So perfect movie. If you're in the mood to watch it, it's definitely something you need to watch on a cold day when you're cuddled up inside, and it was perfect for me. Yeah, as soon as I finished, my nails were dry too. It was the point in the night wherein I was not able to stay awake anymore, so I called it a day, went to bed, and here I am right now. I am happy though that I did sit down and record this video because at this point in time right now, 2 weeks since I recorded it, it's become 10 degrees cooler, so the temperature has dropped and it's just gonna keep dropping now because where I live, it's gonna keep getting so cold. The house is frozen. We have heating turned on, but it's still so cold. And then outside it's even worse. And then not just that, I feel like everyone online, especially this year, at least in my opinion, it feels like everyone just skipped over fall. It feels like fall was like 1 week long and suddenly everyone's barreling headfirst into Christmas. And nothing wrong with that, but I want to celebrate fall at least until the end of November so that then I can enjoy Christmas when it's actually Christmas season, December. Because if I start Christmas now, then by the time December rolls around, I won't be as festive anymore. I won't be in the mood anymore. I'll be over it, which is why I'm happy I took out the time to do this video when I wanted to anyway, when the air outside was cool and crisp enough, not actually frozen like it is right now. But regardless, here we are, perfect day spent together, perfect autumnal vibes, and I'm so happy we did it. So that's the end of the vlog right now. That's all we ended up doing. And yeah, I'm really happy I took out the time this season to actually do one of these festive days. I feel like I'd like to do it every season at this point because it was really fun doing all these activities with you. I didn't end up doing any more crafting or whatever, so that's that for all the ranting I gave you in the video. But regardless, we've now reached the end of this vlog specifically. If you guys had a fun time, like, comment, share, subscribe. YouTube things, you know how to do them. And if you've got Bookmas video ideas for me, because I'm still in the planning stages or whatever, drop them in the comments because I'd love to go through some and actually do them when Bookmas comes around, because if what I'm working on actually works out, it's gonna be such a great surprise when it happens. And I know I'm being secretive, but I don't want to jinx it. So here we are. That's all for this vlog. It's now the end of it anyway. I'll see you all in next week's video very soon. And until then, take care, stay safe, get warm and cozy because it's actually that time of the year. Best time ever. So excited, so happy. But yeah, regardless, I'll see you all in next week's video. And until then, I hope you have a great rest of your day and bye.